Quality Assured Films does not condone the misuse of internet reviews. We realize no one is perfect. The opinions of John and Mike should be taken lightly prior to the viewing of any movie. Enjoy the show.
Quality Assured Films.
Welcome back to Quality Assured Films. I'm John.
I'm Mike, and today we're talking about Blade Runner 2049.
A film that's been 30 years in the making.
Just like this episode.
There is an order to things. That's what we do here. We keep order.
So what'd you think of Blade Runner 2049?
In general, I liked it. There were a lot of things to like about it. I loved the production design.
Yes.
Number one. I mean, basically, everything that the original had and why the original was famous or infamous and is a cult classic, this improves upon.
Yeah.
Dials up and improves upon. So, like, production design, atmosphere, set design.
You're speaking my language, because honestly, that was the biggest thing for me. I recently watched the original, well, like the 9th version of the original or whatever.
The
final cut.
Right.
And it's crazy because this movie looks almost identical to that movie. The atmosphere, like you said, even the music. When he's flying over the city in the car.
Yeah. I was actually wondering about that because that soundtrack is very iconic by Vangelis.
Oh, the original.
I might be mispronouncing that, but yeah, from the original one. And I was wondering going in, I was like, oh, are they going to just use that soundtrack? Because how the heck are you going to recreate that magic?
Yeah.
But they did.
Oh my
They
God.
did such a great job.
They really did. And the scenes where he's flying over in the car, I want to say celestial, which sounds weird, but that's what it sounded like.
Every civilization was built off the back of a disposable workforce.
The technology in the movie, that's what I love about these films. It reminds me of like a Terry Gilliam movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what was that one that came out a couple years ago? The Zero Theorem or something? Christoph Waltz was in it. It was a really bizarre movie, where like the technology is supposed to be futuristic, but it was like analog. And
yeah, because I was wondering how they were going to do it in the sequel, because obviously the original was made in the 80s, and they were projecting out from their mindset in the 80s.
Right.
So now I was thinking, well, how are they going to move the technology forward? I didn't know what to expect.
I was surprised.
The world is built on a wall that separates kind. Tell either side there's no wall, you bought a war.
The original Blade Runner is not that great of a movie to watch and sit through. It's like reading a book from your required reading list in school. It's not something that you would read for pleasure.
Right.
It's just something you're forced to read. But then after you read it, you're like, oh, I'm glad I read that, because now I get so many things that were influenced or inspired by it. It's like that.
Yeah.
So I was kind of worried, like, is this going to be like a dumb action movie now for today's audiences? Because that was the other thing I was, like, so impressed by, is that this was an older Hollywood-style, like, film noir, not just in the material, but in the way the movie is made and shot. Long takes.
Yes.
Like, very slow moving.
Yes.
There is action that occurs, but it's not an action movie.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that, because that was, I don't want to say that wasn't what I didn't like, but I watched it twice, and the second time around I embraced it a little more. The first time around I did find myself going, all right.
It's 2:45.
I missed you, baby sweet.
There's no one in the place
It was a day.
except you and me.
It was a day.
Things I didn't like.
Oh.
Misogyny.
Oh, what's that?
This movie actively hated women.
Happy birthday.
That kind of goes with what I was saying about everything that's in the original, because women don't get treated very well in the original either. So it also took that and expanded upon it. that was basically its biggest downside for me.
Yeah.
Everything else was like sci-fi great, like everything I possibly want in a sci-fi movie. And there's like the scene in when he's making breakfast in the kitchen, and I was like, I just want to pause this scene and just look around at everything that's there. It really felt like a believable world.
Some of the things I didn't like, I mean, I mentioned them talking slow, which in turn made the movie feel very long. I mean, it got to a point where we were entering the third act, and I was like, holy shit, there's still like another 45 minutes left. Like, I don't care. I don't care.
I think I found him.
That's not possible. If this gets out, we've bought ourselves a war.
Harrison Ford actually gave a shit. I was a little worried when we saw the trailer and he was just wearing a gray t-shirt, and I was like, oh no. He's gonna dial this shit in so hard. And he didn't. I was very happy about that. Out of all the production design in the movie, I can't imagine that was a purposeful choice.
Indiana Jones and the Fruit of the Loom.
Oh!
What do you want? I want to ask you some questions.
In the first movie, he's got like a trench coat that's tailored. He has like a crazy shirt and tie.
Yeah.
Like everything is designed very specifically. I can't believe that they were like, I don't know, fuck it, I don't know, he's wearing a shirt.
They know you're here.
It's time for spoilers.
I can't wait to find out what the spoilers are.
Let's talk about spoilers right now.
I'm very upset.
All right, let's go back to misogyny real quick. Okay?
I can't wait.
I love it.
The female bad guy is going around taking pleasure in killing other women.
Yep.
I'm like, what? This is really like scheming me out.
And then it does not stop there. At the end, when Deckard
Yeah.
is in front of Jared Leto, because that's his name in the
my
movie.
god, this scene. Yeah.
They bring out Rachel, I think is her name, from the original. Which, by the way, like,
it looked incredible. I was like, that's her.
then Leto's like, you know, just a little motion, and then the woman goes, boosh!
Yeah.
And she just drops to the floor,
Yeah.
and Harrison Ford's like, that's it. Just one after another.
Yeah, blows her brains out.
Murdering women.
Yeah. It was such a trade-off in every scene, because it's like, okay, yeah, it's interesting for the Joy character. They imply that she's just acting as designed, so none of her development really mattered. And then she just gets crushed to smithereens. And then never talked about again. Yep. And then there was that really interesting scene where the prostitute comes in and they have a threesome.
Yes. Wow. My mind was blown.
Yeah.
Like, she steps into her or whatever, and then it's a threesome through, I don't even...
And she's like projected over her body. That was one of the trippiest scenes I've ever watched. But the implication there is like that they're just interchangeable.
You're special. Your story isn't over yet. There's still a page left.
So I could have done without all that shit.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that changes the movie. Like, if you're gonna have that in the movie and say like, oh well, this is like in this world they treat women like shit, so it's like a dystopia. So like it's like an exploration of what society, like, this is how they would really be treated in that world. You can't just do that and then not do anything with it, because then you're just adding to the problem. And the other thing is, like, they were saying like, oh, your value as a woman is to give birth.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
And like, what? If the point of your movie is supposed to be about like feminism, then you should probably have some female writers on your staff.
That'd be a start.
There was a fucking scene where the only Asian person you see is doing someone's fucking toenails. I'm like, who the fuck wrote this movie?
Oh no.
The black guy's a slave owner.
Yeah.
Get it? What?
I'm not buying.
No. This is just my game, and I play it fair.
I thought Ryan Gosling's arc in this movie was really good.
Yeah.
I really liked it a lot, and I thought the ending was one of the best endings I've ever seen. Like a modern classic ending, basically. That ending shot of him on the steps of the thing.
Yep.
Like just kind of just beat to hell, just kind of laying down and like accepting his role.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I thought that was so poignant.
And that's a good point too, because it's like, yeah, he's finished his mission. He got A and B together, which is Deckard and his daughter, and now he can just like let go of everything. And somebody even said earlier in the movie when they were doing a big speech about how like we're all gonna die or something, but we're gonna die knowing that it's for this reason or whatever. So he gets to die knowing that he did something.
What happened?
I covered my tracks, scrambled the records. We were being hunted.
By who?
Final thoughts on Blade Runner 2049?
I liked the movie. My problem with it is the writing and like the themes that it tries to get across to you.
Would you approve it?
You look so scared when you ask me that.
Because I don't even know what I want to say. Like I want to approve it because of how beautiful it looked and how awesome it sounded and how great everything. Like even the flying, like I said before, flying around the city. That shit can look corny in a movie, but it didn't.
Yeah.
But just I keep coming back to everybody being almost monotone throughout the whole film.
Oh, that was annoying.
And it just made me bored, and I felt the first time I walked out of it, I felt almost nothing, which I rarely feel that in a movie.
Wow.
I know.
I'm gonna approve it.
I think I'm gonna approve it too, because to deny Blade Runner 2049 when I've approved some other shit that...
I mean, that shouldn't be a reason, though. I only say this now because you saved me from recommending something based on my in-the-moment recommendation, Jurassic World.
Oh, yes.
So I'm trying to do you the same favor now.
Damn. Oh, man. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Are you approving it?
I'm approving it.
Blade Runner 2049. You are denied.
Oh, what an upset.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Just trim it down a good 35 minutes.
I was not expecting this.
I have to.
This is a shock.
It's boring, but beautiful.
Oh, no!
Beautiful, boring. Slow burn, a little too slow. You know, light it up a little quicker there.
Wow.
Past that shit. You're camping.
The future of the species is finally unearthed.
Quality Assured Films.
Well, there you have it.
Blade Runner 2049, that was our review.
Join us next time. We'll be speaking about Zack Snyder's latest.
Justice League.
Will the feud continue?
Tune in next time to find out. I'm Mike.
I'm John.
And we are Quality Assured Films. Ryan Gosling gargles Mike.
Welcome back to Quality Assured Films. I'm John.
I'm laughing. I'm Mike, and today we're talking. That was weird.
Well, there you have it.
Blade Runner. Fuck me. I liked it.
We sang a song.
We'll go to trailer. Zack Snyder's latest shitfest. Well, there you have it.
I really liked it. I liked it a lot. Today we're going to talk about Blade Runner 2049. Wow. If you liked, yeah, I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm just talking.
Same here.
Happy birthday.